Welcome to the Historical Unknowns channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Women in bathing suits posing with a prize ball. Vancouver, 1927. In 1963, wives say goodbye to their loved ones in the Navy. The Storyville Just Club, Copenhagen, Denmark, 1952. Soviet peasants listen to the radio for the first time, 1928. US Marine gives a cigarette to a Japanese soldier buried in the sand, Iwo Jima, 1945. A former slave named Gordon shows his whipping scars, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 1863. A blind Muslim named Muhammad, carrying his best friend, a paralyzed Christian, who suffers from dwarfism, named Samir. Damascus, Ottoman Syria, 1889. A young private waits on the beach during the Marine landing at Da Nang, 1965. A young private waits on the beach during the Marine landing at Da Nang, 1965. A starving boy and a missionary in Uganda, 1980. Mike Wells took this powerful photograph of a Catholic missionary holding the hand of a starving Ugandan boy. A father looking for his two missing sons that went missing during the Kosovo War in 1999. Allied soldiers mock Hitler atop his balcony at the Reich Chancellery, 1945. Following a 23-hour successful heart transplant, Dr. Eliga keeps an eye on his patient's vital signs. In the corner, his assistant is sleeping, 1987, and Frank's father Otto, revisiting the attic where they hid from the Nazis. He was the only surviving family member. Joseph Goebbels, the main propagandist of the Nazi regime, upon finding out his photographer was Jewish. An undercover police officer apprehends a mugger on the New York subway, 1985, photo by Bruce Davidson. Northumbrian miner sits down to eat his evening meal, 1937. An unemployed man holding a troubling sign during the Great Depression, 1932. Lonnie Johnson, inventor of Super Soaker, 1992. A lesbian couple in semi-drag wedding attire. Kingdom of Hungary, Budapest, 1920. Last four couples in a dance marathon, Chicago, circa 1930. Anti-British propaganda, Japan, 1941. George McLaurin, the first black man to be admitted to the University of Oklahoma in 1948, was forced to sit in a corner away from his classmates. 100,000 Iranian women march against the hijab law, Tehran, 1979. A soldier and his two girlfriends, US, 1940s. Sharpshooter Annie Oakley shooting over her shoulder, using a hand mirror, circa 1899. A 1912 photo shows a woman plugging in her electric car. Former beauty queen, Miss Wyoming winner Joyce McKinney being arrested by police. A true friend, taken in a New York bus terminal, just before they left for the worsening situation in the Pacific, 1941. Elizabeth Eckford ignores the screams of students on her first day, integrated into a Little Rock High School, 1957. Lenin after his third stroke, 1923. This picture was prohibited in USSR at the time. Navajo youth Tom Torlino as he entered the Carlisle Indian Industrial School in 1882, and again 3 years later. The rarely seen back of the Hoover Dam before it was filled with water, 1936. The rarely seen back of the Hoover Dam before it was filled with water, 1936. Photo from the restaurant windows on the World, which sat atop New York City's World Trade Center's North Tower, 1976. Ruby Bridges, the first African American to attend a white elementary school in the Deep South, 1960. Two little kids dancing on the streets of New York City, c. 1940. A Filipino-American family posing for a family portrait, Philippines, 1912. A skateboarder zipping through Central Park, the 1960s. Remember that photo of the construction workers having lunch on the unfinished Empire State Building? Well, here's the photographer Charles Ebbets taking that photo, 1932. The Microsoft staff, 1978. Cudjoe Kazula Lewis, the last known survivor of the Atlantic slave trade between Africa and North America. Photo from the early 1900s. Greasers in New York City, 1950s. Rat Pack at the Sands in Las Vegas, circa 1960. An unknown woman stands close to a tornado to take a photo, 1989. While cleaning up from the World Trade Center's falling, crews found a shipwreck 7 feet below the foundation that dated back to 1773. View of Boston, the oldest surviving aerial photograph ever taken, October 13, 1860. What is now the fully developed Las Vegas Strip, 1955. Greenpeace tries to stop radioactive waste from being dumped in the ocean, 1982.